So whether you're a parent or not, maybe you're a grandparent, whether you're left, right, or center, politically speaking, whether you're a Christian or not, we can all hopefully agree that since we all inevitably get old and die, our children are the future. That's the way it works, right? That's what we always say. They are the future leaders of this country. They are the future leaders of the world. And since we all can agree on that, we should also agree that what they are taught, what they are exposed to, the worldviews that are imputed onto them, is of incredible importance. And we should all agree as well, since that, parents or guardians should be, to the best of their ability, the primary source of that teaching in a child's life. We're not necessarily talking about educators in the realms of math or reading, those kinds of subjects, but as models and as purveyors of values, of principles, and the lens through which they ought to see the world. This has become an increasingly hot topic over the past year, but I have been watching it and following it much longer than that, as many of you probably have. Here's the truth. Our children are being indoctrinated into evil, manipulative, deplorable worldviews and ideologies. And for the future of our country, nothing could be more cause for alarm. If you think that I'm just maybe exaggerating this situation, stay tuned. Stay tuned for the end of this video where I will show you some examples of just how that indoctrination is taking place. It's not just coming from certain public schools. It's coming from media. It's coming from television. It's coming from what you would think to be a harmless show that a parent would sit their child in front of for 10 minutes so they have time to do the dishes or cook dinner or lunch for their children. You'll see a very proud educator at the end of this video talking about this incredible, wonderful work that she is doing in her classroom. How proud she is of teaching about gender and gender identity and sex and so on. You know what the kicker is to all of it? She's a preschool teacher. Gender ideologies, critical race theory, forms of them, are being taught to kids who haven't even begun to learn their multiplication table yet. So I wrote this letter on behalf of myself and other like-minded parents, and really on behalf of anyone who has a stake in the future of our children, which means everyone. The letter goes something like this. To various child-oriented TV programs and networks, including Nickelodeon and Disney, as well as the public education system, politicians, government officials, and all whom it may concern. Thank you for your interest. We have received your application for the role of educator of our children on the topics including, but not limited to, sex, gender, race, and religion. We regret to inform you, however, that the position you applied for has already been filled by us, the parents. We consider it our duty and responsibility to instill our own desired values, principles, and morals in our children, and to ensure that they are receiving a proper and right way of examining the issues mentioned above. No other applicants need apply. Concordantly, we regret to inform you that we do not at this time require or desire your input into these matters. With respect, we ask that you please consider this letter both a denial of your application and a cease and desist notice. For we have determined at this time that both your tactics and education on these sensitive issues to be completely incompatible with our own. And as the parents, we feel it is well within our right to ensure that our own teaching of such important matters takes precedence in our children. Please be assured, we will do everything within our power to ensure that precedence and that priority is firmly established. As parents, we have taken a lifelong term to this position, so please refrain from sending any more applications through our television sets or through our school curriculums. In addition, and lastly, we ask that you refrain from the labels you have hitherto used for us as diligent and mindful parents. Terms such as public domestic terrorist, threats to society, religious bigots, or any other such terms are slanders of the highest nature. We find them offensive, and we have confidence that by the use of our word offended, your intellectual honesty and your strong desires to protect the feelings of all people, coupled with your desire to be both tolerant and inclusive of all people's thoughts and ideas, this will surely lead you to respect our wishes. Thank you again for your consideration to this role. Those of us who desire to train our children in the ways of truth, God, or a simple unconformity with current narratives and ideologies set by culture, now just ask you quite simply that you allow us to parent our children the way we have deemed fit. Good luck in future applications to your other parents. But as for us and these households, we will serve the Lord. Sincerely, not terrorists. P.S. A follow-up letter will be sent shortly, which will be in response to your latest application as caretaker and doctor of our children.
Everyone, there's something I need to tell you. The princess who came to your ball tonight was me. I'm Gonzarella.
Hey, Blue! Look at all these families! Hi, families! It's time for a pride parade!
A California kindergarten teacher is facing outrage after discussing gender identity with her students.
Story time. This has been my first year in preschool with a class of my own, teaching alongside another queer neurodivergent educator, and we have been rocking our twos class. We've been talking about gender and skin color and consent and empathy and our bodies and autonomy. It's been fabulous.